The butterfly event is really about remembering, honoring those that we've lost. And it's also a reunion type event so that those that we served with their families can come back, hug a caregiver from a very different perspective, and remember and talk about the ones they've lost. Sometimes in grief it's really hard to do that. You know, when we lose people, the sun comes up the next day, and sometimes we wish it wouldn't.
When I got the dreaded call from Dad's doctor telling me that, you know, it's time to come home and say my goodbyes, I was in this office. And I left and went out to my car in this very parking lot, and I looked over to one of our random trees next to my car, and it was covered in butterflies.
The butterfly effect basically says that when a butterfly flaps its wings, it seems like an insignificant event, but it can have a big influence and impact on events around the world. Today we're releasing butterflies in 60-some places around the United States, so there's going to be a lot of butterflies flapping their wings today. And you know, there's a pretty good wind here, so they're going to be hitting it hard. My hope for you is that when we release those butterflies and they start flapping their wings, that just for a moment that time can stand still for us, that we forget about the job that we came from, the job that we're getting ready to go back to. We can forget about our plans for lunch or what our plans are for the weekend. Just let our daily troubles escape us for that moment and let time stop. And in that moment, I really do hope that you find some peace and comfort with your loved one.
David R. Banks, Laura Bell Fritchie, Jane Phillips McGowan, Joseph Jason Inger, Lisa Mayfield, Norwita Tiffin, Ellen Grace Armour, Skylar Leroy, Myrna Parsons Wells, Harvey Rogers, Becky Van, Janice Morrison, Molly Jackson, Shanna Hodges-Wan, Christopher Caldwell, Jackie Edwards, Cheryl Wolfe, Pap Chitron, Louise Williams Hayes, Dane Trotter, Elizabeth Liz Noel, Stephen Rogers, Beverlyn Hearn, Roy Hamilton, Wesley Watts, Jan Sharp, Ron Weaver, Joanne Woods, Charles Garrison, Sterling Johnson, Hadley Grace Branson, Jana Carter, author Brandy McCrae, Dr. Jim Brown, Francis Nardani, Alex Nardani, Macy Nolan, Lacey Nolan, Francis Walker, Peggy Lorene Fitzgerald, Alicia Choate, Ryan Cruz Saldana, Eleuteria Ortega, James Binge, Kyle LaRue, Brian Week, Wendell Lee Smith, Kay McIntyre, May Rieger, Skylar Raul Gutierrez, Carolyn Luann Douglas, Wilson E. Tucker Jr., and Louis G. Blizzard.
I'm trying. I don't want to hurt them.